I've had the pleasure of hyper-focusing on audio for about the last year, watched many YouTube videos, reviews, and comparisons, so I figured, why not add one more to that rabbit hole? I've broken this video up into sections, including shotgun mics, lav mics, and dynamic microphones, with chapters down below, so feel free to jump around if one of those piques your interest more than the others. And I'm going to do this as a mini review of each product rather than repeating the same sentence at you ad nauseum, comparing each microphone. I recommend you get yourself a good pair of headphones to listen to this video or a nice pair of studio monitors. Otherwise, some of the differences are kind of subtle, so you might not be able to hear if you're listening on TV audio or even a good set of laptop speakers. I'm going to start out with what I'm calling below average audio, and that's me using the microphone that's built into the camera. This is the Sony ZV-E1 built-in microphone set on auto. This is actually the first time I'm ever using it other than to match up my audio in Final Cut Pro in a multicam clip with the good dynamic microphone after the fact. So we'll see how it sounds, but my room is largely untreated, and generally microphones that are less expensive sound pretty bad in this room. Next up, the Deity D4 Mini. And this microphone's on the desk in front of me. It's a smaller, cheap shotgun microphone, has an input and an output. Works with smartphones, which is what I'm recording into right now. And at this distance, the sound quality isn't going to blow you away. But if I pick it up and as I get closer to my mouth, the microphone actually sounds pretty good, but in my opinion, the point of a shotgun microphone is to keep it out of the frame, so you don't want to be holding your shotgun microphone in your shot in all likelihood. Next up in the entry-level category is the Rode Videomic Go II. Now, this was supposed to be my main YouTube microphone, and I kind of quickly replaced it when I got the dynamic Shure SM58. You can probably tell, compared to the Deity, this is in about the same spot. It has a much more full sound, and you've probably heard plenty of videos that feature either the Videomic Go II or the Videomic NTG from Rode, and they generally have a really good sound profile. Having it on the desk in front of me like this does produce an okay sound, again like the Deity. If I pick it up and bring it slightly closer to my face, you're going to get a little bit better sound the closer the shotgun microphone is to you, but it's definitely going to have some of that reverberation if you don't have a sound treated room. The shock mount included here is actually pretty nice. Would be helpful if you wanted to toss this onto a vlog camera. Do people still vlog? I don't know. Either way, this is a cheaper option than going XLR, much cheaper option than the Videomic NTG, and I actually do think that this could be a perfect A-roll video microphone as long as you have a properly treated space and know how to set your levels right. And on to the last XLR microphone. I'm calling this one an entry-level XLR microphone, and that's the Sennheiser MKE600. This is the latest addition to my audio stable. Unlike the Rode, I wanted something that I can boom overhead. Right now, it's directly in front of me, but is out of the shot as a shotgun microphone. Now, calling this entry-level might be a little bit of a stretch because you are jumping up to XLR, so you do need an audio interface or some other way to record that. And Rode has a host of XLR microphones in their NTG line, some of which are even a little bit cheaper than this one, so those may do you good as well. But I listened to a lot of reviews before ultimately deciding on the Sennheiser. This is the first video I'm recording with it, so I really do hope that I like the way that it sounds. I did have to put some sound treatment directly behind the camera. I have some of the Elgato Wave panels on the wall. That actually helps cut down some of the reverberation a lot of me talking onto a drywall wall in a drywall room with very little stuff hanging on the walls to absorb the sound. So just take that into consideration if you're thinking about purchasing an XLR shotgun microphone. Alright, next up are the lav mics, and I know plenty of people on the internet go crazy when people are holding these, but this is the best way to get the audio across. I'm actually all for better audio, and I think these wireless solutions that have microphones on them and come with lav mics in some case are a great option for people looking to up their audio quality if you're on the move and doing things outside. So this is the Rode Wireless Pro lavalier recorder itself using the microphone that's on device. And I'm comparing it to the DJI mic. This is the original wireless microphone. I'm recording directly into the transmitter on the DJI because this system does not actually deliver reliable wireless audio for me into the receiver. And with things like 32-bit float on the Rode system, it's really hard, though not impossible, to get a bad recording. These things can be handy to clip onto a shirt or hat or run a lav mic hidden under clothing into them and give you the option to have wireless recording. This is now the Rode Lavalier Go. Rode Lavalier Go. I liked the idea of having a white lavalier mic to hide in different types of clothing. The dreams in my head of all these extravagant video productions that I don't actually do told me that I needed to buy a white lav mic, and so I did. Sound of this mic is pretty good and does actually allow me to hide it, since the top of this is round compared to the lav mic that we'll see next that comes with the Rode Wireless Pro. This gives you a little bit better ability to actually hide this under clothing using tape or fuzzies if you wanted to, compared to those newer style Rode lav mics. And this is the new Rode lavalier mic that comes with the Wireless Pro. Like I said, reviewing the white mic, this one has a flat head that picks up the voice pattern, so it's actually facing towards the camera right now. And in all reality, the audio quality between these two is almost indistinguishable. It's really nice that this kit does come with two lav mics though, as well as the two transmitter and the receiver and all the cords and cables and bits that you need to get started. It's also nice that these Rode Lavalier 2s have a threaded connection that go into the Wireless Pro transmitter, which is a nice added touch to make sure that it won't come loose if you're placing this on talent or some other situation where you would need to leave the receiver with someone else. And lastly, like I said, these DJI wireless microphones, this is the initial kit, not the revised one that's out now. I've sort of banished these to my drawer. I keep them around in case I need to stick these on something like a car or something moving that I won't really care if it falls off. You can get really great audio out of these transmitters. Unfortunately, mine do sound a little bit robotic occasionally going between the transmitter and the receiver. I found that to be a little bit unreliable and quite frustrating when you record a 20 or 30 minute long YouTube video and the audio sounds like crap for half of it. It's not something that you want to repeat more than once. Now that about covers the options that I would call the prosumer level. So things that you would buy that definitely get you a little bit of a boost of audio quality, but at a fraction of a price of, professional equipment. Okay, on to dynamic microphones. On the Rode Podmic that you're hearing right now, I bought this in white because plainly I was influenced. I thought it looked really good on camera and I really liked the way the white colorway stood out. And for $99, it's a pretty inexpensive XLR microphone if you already have an audio interface. Based on some of the reviews, I was a bit worried that it was going to sound flat with my voice. Recording without a profile or any processing that you get on the Rodecaster in some videos just didn't sound all that appealing to me. But now that I've got it and recorded with it a few times, I do like the way that it sounds, even with my voice. Like the Shure, it can suffer from plosives. If you get too close to it, I'm kind of speaking off axis at it right now, which is the technique that I use with the Shure SM58 to try to reduce that. But now you can buy the Podmic USB windscreen for it in the white color if you so choose. And that does help cut down on the plosives quite a bit. Overall, I just really like the way this microphone looks, and looking good is half the battle. Now, this is my tried and true that you guys have heard on many different other videos. Have it in a little bit different spot right now, but I really like the Shure SM58. It's kind of a bulletproof microphone option. For $109, you get a 25-foot XLR cord with it. Chances are, if you've been to any sort of live show anywhere, you've seen and heard this microphone already. So you probably have a good baseline comparison of what it can sound like at a live venue. And there's plenty of reviews online to see what it sounds like for different voices. Ultimately, I went with the Shure SM58 initially over the Rode Podmic or something more expensive like the Shure SM7B. Now, sure, it doesn't have the same on-camera presence as the SM7B, but I find that microphone to be kind of dark, definitely bass heavy, and certainly expensive compared to the SM58. This about wraps up my few-year journey in the audio equipment department. From my early days starting on video to what I'm using today to record, there's actually something in this list at every price point, and depending on what you want, there's something in this list for you likely as well. And if you're interested in the audio interface that I use to record audio, you can check out that video here. Otherwise, don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Later.